And then,
Introduction.
yes, give me a minute here. And then I'm going to go live on Facebook, and then we'll start, we'll do the introductions.
Okay.
Yes.
Started, Gene.
Oh, give me a minute here.
Sorry, I have to move around a little bit right now. Just for a minute.
All right, let's see. Give me a minute. We should be.
Get moving, guys.
All right. Let's
Hi,
see.
Gene. You look incredible today. Happy Friday.
Hey, thanks, Wayne. Sorry, I
Yeah.
had to move around a little bit. Hope I didn't know I got seasick.
I move around an awful lot. I haven't been able to sit still in 54 years. That's why I don't have any tattoos. My brothers, they can sit still. I can't sit still, you know? So.
All right, guys, we are live now on Facebook. So, Dwayne, you want to introduce the admins? Then we move on.
Sure. Well, today we have our admins of Mishael. He's our chief admin who created the group, and we came up with our name together. And we also have Gene Logan here today. And we have a few other admins that seem to be on vacation, but I'd like to introduce Gene Logan. And Gene, would you like to introduce our speaker?
Well, I heard something.
Somebody else there now? Melody?
No, Melody is not in today.
Yeah, so.
All right. So
Yeah,
we're good to go.
thanks. Do I get the honor of
Go ahead.
You get the honor.
introducing Kari?
Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't know that. Wow, thank you. First of all, I'm Gene Logan. I'm with Ticor Title, and we're excited to bring programs to you live from our local people with local news and information. And this week we're excited, really excited to have Kari Leone, who's not only the owner and broker at Aju Real Estate, but she's also on the town council, right? Am I saying that right? Town council of Apple Valley. So she's in the know, as it were. So we're excited to have her come and explain and teach and inform us regarding the train that everyone's so excited about, the bullet train to Vegas. So Kari, please inform us and let's get started. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you, everyone, for having me. This is very exciting. In Apple Valley, we are getting the Virgin Trains, which is they have acquired property, approximately 283 acres in the newly annexed area of Apple Valley on Dale Evans Parkway. And this property closed for approximately $13 million. And so we now know things are going forward. So according to the Virgin Trains Vice President, Bill O'Malley, the project is also known as the Desert Express and also Express West. So when looking up on the internet for the Virgin Trains, also look up for Desert Express and Express West. So they're expected to break ground in 2020. So that's very exciting as well. And hopefully moving passengers in 2023. So the exciting part for the high desert is construction of the rail line is expected to bring more than 10,000 jobs in addition to approximately 500 permanent jobs that would be created once the line is established. So the exciting part is the train. There's already a train that goes from Los Angeles to Palmdale. So Palmdale is now working on their portion of the train going from Palmdale to Apple Valley. Apple Valley's train will go to Las Vegas. And the high-speed electric train will move passengers from Apple Valley to Las Vegas in about 90 minutes, which is quite exciting as well. That's somewhere around 150 miles per hour. And they could move as many as 4.5 million cars from traveling off of the Interstate 15 annually. So that's good for our vehicle miles travel. Very exciting. I did send to Michelle some of the maps showing the Virgin Train location for everyone if they want to look it up, and I'll let everyone know where to look up this information. So I do have some maps here on the location. If you go to the Town of Apple Valley website, you will be able to see information on the Virgin trains. There's also information on, so this is the location, approximately 283 acres for the terminal, which is very exciting.
And they're saying it on the screen as well.
Okay, perfect. Well, go down to see all the red part here. The other part is property that is available over there. Already in Apple Valley, in the same location, there is a hotel project being proposed right in front of this Virgin Trains property. So this is the property that they did close escrow on, so we are done and closed. Las Vegas is working on their portion of the project, and their project is going to be by the new stadium out there in Las Vegas, and they're already going forward and working on their project. So also if you look at the Caltrans, you can go to Caltrans and look up the train, and you'll be able to see where the rail is going down the Interstate 15. So that's also available for everybody to see. So exciting to have this project in Apple Valley. It's going to be great for the high desert. The California Debt Limit Allocation Committee also approved the second half of a $600 million private equity bond. So things are going forward. I just had my meeting with the Mojave Desert Air Quality Control Board, and they sent a letter of support for this project. The town of Apple Valley has sent a letter of support for this project. The county has sent a letter of support for this project. So we're just very excited about this project coming to Apple Valley. We're excited about all the jobs that it's going to promote, especially during these times. We did have the Virgin Train speaker, the president, Bob O'Malley. He did speak at the High Desert Business Conference. So this has been in the works for quite some time. So we're just very excited that it is still going forward.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions or?
Yeah, I have a question, Kari. A couple of questions. One is what time frame would it take to get to Palmdale to Apple Valley? I mean, is that going to be something that's going to be going back and forth as well?
Yes.
People
yes.
will be using that a lot, I would think. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I would think that people, a lot of people probably go from Los Angeles to Palmdale, and then from Palmdale right over here, and then from here to Las Vegas. But to get to Las Vegas in 90 minutes, and they're going to have different, obviously different ticket sales, but from what I'm understanding, you can, when you purchase your ticket, you'll be able to drop off your luggage, get on the train, sit and have lunch and a little bit of a luxury there. And then when you get to Vegas, they will already automatically take your luggage to the location where you're going to be. So you just have to go to that location and you'll be all set up with your luggage there, ready to go. I could see a lot of people going and having dinner. 90 minutes is not that long on a train to go have dinner, watch a show, come back. People might want to start working there. But I think it's a great thing for the high desert. We're going to bring a lot of jobs. It's going to develop the whole area on the Del Evans, but it will help all of Apple Valley and
Awesome.
Victorville. Yes, so it's just very exciting to have something of this magnitude coming to the high desert.
It takes 45 minutes just to sit here and wait for dinner, you know, so it's almost worth the ride.
Yeah.
My other question I had, since all this COVID stuff came about, Kari, are there any concerns that have came up with Vegas? Anybody in Vegas or here, how things might transpire in the future? Or were there any talks about this or financial concerns or anything?
Not that I'm aware of, and not yet. In April is when they did get the second half of that tax credit approved. I know they do have the same kind of facility in Florida. And I know it did slow down with passengers, but they did not have that many issues, and they are taking great steps for people's safety, and they are moving forward.
Awesome. Well, it's been a long time coming. I remember we were talking about this, 15 years ago in a Barstow Board of Realtors meeting, probably 20 years ago. So this is going to happen well, it's here. It's finally here.
Yes.
We're here to witness it, and what an amazing time. I think it's
Perfect.
really, really cool. Yeah.
Closing escrow on the 283 acres is huge. So
Wow.
that's done, closed. $13 million they put into this property. It's very exciting. So I'm very happy for the high desert. You know, I've lived here since 1967, and yes, we hear about these things all the time. And finally, they're coming to fruition. Finally, we see what's happening.
Yes. Now, Karen
Wonderful.
Sanchez, that's a question for you, Kari.
Kari, what's the parking situation going to be like? Is it as far as in long-term parking there? What do you know anything about that?
Well, they have not submitted plans as of yet. Or they'll make sure that there's plenty of parking, because I'm sure a lot of people will leave their vehicles there while they go to Las Vegas, and however long they stay there. So we haven't seen the plans yet, but I know it'll be beautiful if you look at the one in Florida.
Yes. Now, I do see
Kari,
several
how many
people.
people? I'm sorry, Kari.
Go ahead.
How many people did you say the train holds?
Well, I didn't say how many people the train holds. What I did say is it takes about 90 minutes, so they go about 150 miles an hour, and it will take off 4.5 million cars from traveling 800 million miles on the Interstate 15 annually. So
Okay, I thought I missed that.
the
So,
train will take off every half an hour. So every half an hour they will be going towards Las Vegas, and then every half an hour from Las Vegas back. So every half an hour there will be a train leaving to go to Las Vegas.
Now, I do see several people on Facebook Live watching this. So if you have any question on Facebook, please go ahead and post it there. Then we'll read it for Kari to answer your question. And for people
A lot more
Zoom Live.
information on the Town of Apple Valley website. If you go in and search for the Virgin Trains, there's also a lot of information on the Caltrans, which will show you the exact maps, which Michelle has. If anybody would like to request those from him, you can see where it goes down the center of the freeway. There's more and more information for everybody if you want a lot more information on the project.
Now, Kari, you did mention that it's likely to create around 10,000 jobs. Are these jobs going to be after at the completion of the train, or is it are these some of the jobs that will be during the construction of the train?
During the construction, it will be somewhere around 10,000 jobs. And then after, we are anticipating over 500 permanent jobs, which is a good thing as well.
And those are outside the jobs that will be created by other businesses around the train, right?
Yes, and Bob O'Malley, which is the president of the Virgin Trains, is estimating that it will inject $2.13 billion into the California's economy, including $275 million in federal, state, and local tax revenues. The California State Treasurer Fiona Ma indicates that the project should create more than 1,200 housing units. So that's huge. Very, very big.
Now I do see Algot Stephenson has a question here or a comment. Can you hear Stephen? Do you want to comment, or what do you want to do?
His mic is muted.
Oh, his mic is muted. Okay.
Yes.
Now, Vivian.
No, my question, my response was an answer to a question by Elisa Garcia.
Oh, okay.
I saw that. Thank you.
All right. Now, Vivian C. Perez has a question. Do you want to go ahead and ask that question, Vivian?
Yeah, I know that they are in the process of putting a freeway between Palmdale and the high desert. Is it going to be going anywhere around where the train is going to be?
It will go, if we're talking about the rail train, it will go from Palmdale to Dale Evans.
No. There's going to be, if you look on the Caltrans, they're in the process of finishing up a freeway that's going to be crossing the 15 by Dale Evans. Supposedly it's going to go through and connect kind of by Lucerne. The 247 is going to be a freeway connecting through Yucca Valley, Morongo, and drop into the 10 by Palm Springs. So I'm just wondering if you know if that's going to be close to the freeway when the train starts operating.
Well, that's not part of this project. That has been a project in the high desert for quite some time. It goes up there by Roundup, and I haven't heard of the project going forward yet.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have another question too, Kari. You mentioned the condos they're going to build for the area where the train's going to be located in Apple Valley. Housing?
About 1,200 housing units is what they're predicting.
Is there a water concern with the water agency of Apple Valley or anything? I mean, I just thought I'd put that out there.
Not at this time.
Okay.
And you know, Apple Valley, we do have the reclamation plant.
Let's take State Route 111 Palm Springs and I-10.
Somebody's driving.
Yeah, that would be Jean.
Hey, Kari, I have a question. Did you say how long the project was, how long it would take to complete? Did you mention that? I must have missed it.
2023, so hoping to start the project 2020, and then hoping to have the first passengers by the end of 2023. So that's pretty fast. That's pretty exciting that they're wanting to do this very quickly. And
are there going to be any changes in planning? I mean, in city planning in the area to accommodate for other businesses in that region? Well, I sure hope so. So that's one of the things that we're going to have to be looking at to see all the zoning in that area. We just annexed that property, part of the property that they're taking, that they purchased. Yes. It's exciting. I'm sure there'll be quite a bit of growth in this area. There'll be a lot of businesses coming to that area. If the train leaves every half an hour, you know, people are going to go there and wait, and they're
going to want to go eat and go to different, different businesses there while they're waiting. So that's just really exciting. I'm sure a lot of restaurants will go. Right now there is a hotel looking in that area, going over there and working on some property. So that's exciting. So once it starts breaking ground and things go forward, I'm sure we're going to get a lot more development, and I'm sure it'll be pretty quickly. So that's exciting for the high desert. It's exciting for all of us during the time when the market's always vulnerable, up and down. And so that's going to help us keep our market stable. It's going to help the high desert keep everything going forward. It's going to bring jobs. So it's very exciting.
Perfect. Now,
Kari?
Karen does have another question.
So, Kari, have they already done the environmental studies, or is that going to slow things down? Or, I mean, sometimes the environmental studies are a roadblock to progress. So, is that a concern?
They're already done.
Yay!
Very exciting. That's already done. That was done when they purchased the project. So everything is done and ready to go. They're just getting the last pieces to the puzzle put together, and hopefully they'll start this year.
So, Kari, go ahead. No, go ahead. All right. Without disclosing your business secrets.
That's already done. That was done when they purchased the project. So everything is done and ready to go. They're just getting the last pieces to the puzzle put together, and hopefully they'll start this year.
Are we hearing an echo?
Oh.
No, go ahead. I think we are hearing an echo. All right. Yeah, so Kari, without disclosing any of your business secrets, what opportunities do you see for real estate professionals in the region?
The opportunities are to be working with property owners in that area to see if people, if they want to sell. Working with businesses coming to the area. Housing is going to be big in this area. So there's a lot of opportunity. That'll be for the whole high desert. People like Apple Valley, Victorville. They like Hesperia. It's a nice rural area. A lot of people are looking for the rural areas now. They want to come out here. We have property, and one of the good things that the high desert has is property. A lot of areas there's not a lot of property, so we have a lot of vacant land that's ready for development.
That's awesome.
Now, Cindy,
especially in that, which then the lenders are going to have opportunity to do loans too, right? A lot more.
Absolutely.
I'm very grateful for my career, Kari.
Yes, me too.
That's awesome. And I'm just,
long time.
Yes, I'm so excited for you and to see the changes that you've done for yourself, and I'm very happy to see that you're a part of this great thing that you're bringing to the high desert with this rail. It's amazing. It's prosperity, and it's really what our group is all about, of Hope and Cope, and to know this and get this knowledge out is really cool. So thanks again. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
We need to give credit to our Art Bishop, one of our council members, council member, and the rest of our councils, Scott Nassib and Kurt Emick and Larry, and our town manager. They're all working very hard. Doug Robertson, they're working very hard for this project. They want development here. They think we're going to be growing in a positive way, and this is very positive for all of us. So they're working very hard at this. So they get credit for that.
Now, Cindy does have a question again. Cindy, do you want to go ahead and ask your question?
Oh, I was just asking if they knew where the train drop-off station is going to be in Vegas.
Across from the new stadium.
The new stadium, the Raiders stadium?
Yes.
Okay.
They purchased their property by the Raiders stadium over there. Yes.
Thank you. Sorry if I missed that.
So
Okay.
is that
It's
going to be on
Clark
the eastern part
Clark
of the freeway then?
It's Clark County, Nevada, and that's where I was born. Clark
Oh,
County.
okay.
I have lots of family out there, so I was just kind of wondering where the drop-off station was. So anyway, thank you for answering.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have a question, if I may.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are there going to be any stops between Apple Valley and Vegas, or is it just going to be going the distance without any stops?
Going the distance without any stops.
Okay.
It'll go straight to Vegas.
Great. Thank you.
All right. And Alicia is being too moderate. She says she has a few lots in the area if anyone is interested. I guess she didn't want to say that. So
Actually,
say
on
that
Dale
for her.
Evans and Johnson,
Yes.
and also Dale Evans and Central.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
What is the size of the lot, Alicia?
Well, there's about one that's about 5 acres, another one that's 5 acres, another one that's about 20 acres off of Central, but it's by the quarry. It's by the quarry, so it doesn't have any entrance on that side, but I don't know if for something big, parking, I don't know.
Never know. You just have to see what's coming, and as it comes along, see what develops.
See what develops. Yeah.
We'll be working on getting infrastructure out there, and so there's a lot of things that we'll need to be doing. That we have a very good council and a town manager that leads us in the right direction. We all work together, and so we're very positive about things for Apple Valley and the High Desert.
Now, guys, as you think about more questions, I can tell you that having worked with Kari for some time, she's one of the most creative real estate professionals I've ever met. And I'm really being honest because I've met quite a number of real estate professionals. She's extremely creative. So keep your questions coming for Kari.
Yeah. Well, other than questions, I mean, I could say the same about Kari as well. I've probably known her for 25 plus years, and she's an amazing person. To bring forth to be a part of the development of Apple Valley and continuing in the future, just the new development that I've seen in the past 5 years has been a step forward out there. So it's pretty cool. I hope we all come together up here as the high desert, part of our high desert population. As we continue to grow, we kind of grow together. I mean, giving back and giving information to our community is what we're all about here. But what Kari's doing, awesome. Thank you.
Well, and what you're doing with your meetings here are awesome too. Bringing information that we need to know when, and these meetings actually are turning out to be very well on the Zoom. So this is something that was all new to us that we just started doing, but it's working out really well to have the Zoom meetings. So
yeah. One thing I noticed about the meetings is we're getting information, and we're coming together, and it's other than the other news sources that we have up here, we're getting information out. So like, let's say if we go on our news, VVNG or VV Daily Press, we're not getting this information out as quick or as informational as we are in these meetings. So these meetings are actual meetings or events that we have. People can watch these and they get the real source of how, big fish in a small pond. That's us. And it means a lot to the people that live here. And it's so awesome to have that. And this opportunity. This is an opportunity. This is what we're doing.
It's an opportunity, and it seems like we're able to do a lot more meetings and get a lot more accomplished. So I was just on a meeting prior to this meeting, and didn't have to drive all over, and that meeting went quite well. And so here we are in another meeting doing well, and just keeping up on all the new information coming to the high desert is amazing. It's changing all the time. There's new things happening here all the time. So just getting that information out very quickly is good for our whole high desert.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And just to add on that, on the 10th of next month, we'll be having Beef Wellington right here again, the High Desert Cope and Hope. And on the 15th of next month, we'll be having him, Beef Wellington, in the Rancho Cucamonga group. And in Antelope Valley, we're working on the date so we can get him there as well.
So these little groups are helping these other different communities that you've created, Michael, and we have different names. I'm glad I was a part of this name of our group. So
yes,
cool.
Absolutely.
So,
right.
Well, and it's a good name. There's a lot of hope out there. So here we go. Great things.
Thank you, Kari.
So good.
Kari, it will be unfair for us to finish without asking you what you think about the economy. I mean, where you see the economy in the next year or so.
Well, that's a good question. I've been in this market for quite some time, since the 80s, and this is all something new to everybody. So at this point, I see the market, I think it's going to be okay, especially for the high desert, with a project of this magnitude coming to the high desert, and with the jobs that are going to come that will help everyone here. Apple Valley has the Big Lots opening up. That's another 500 jobs that they'll be looking for, the Big Lots Distribution Center. So there's quite a few jobs coming here. We are short on housing. People still are looking. There's a lot of people looking for projects to do apartments, condos, condominiums. And so interest rates are low. This time around, the market is very different. People that are with self-employed or independent contractors were able to get some assistance with the with financial money, and that's different from last time, and that's helping them through this time. But I haven't seen a major slowdown at all. I haven't seen prices drop a lot. Just maybe 5%, something in there. So things are still moving forward for those who are working. We are all working in a different way. So this is going to change the real estate market. We are doing a lot more virtual 3D tours that you can go watch the homes online before you go look at them. So at their leisure, people can go look through all these homes and then decide which ones they want to go to. That's very different. We started doing that, but now it's more forced, and people are liking that. So we're going to have big changes with the real estate market. I look forward to them. It's always opportunity. I think the market will be good, but we never know what's coming our way. So I'm very optimistic. I think things will be okay.
And those that aren't in the real estate industry are saying, well, we're not going to buy yet. Sometimes, it's going to fall. Well, it's not going to be like 08. It's not going to be like the major crash, because we have the bonds and we have the stocks. And right now we're all about keeping the stocks, and that's our housing market. So we need to keep this part of our nation afloat. And I don't see it going down. Even if I had to tell a buyer the truth, that would be the truth. I think, like I would say that it's going to stay this way. It's going to stay moving.
Well,
high desert's always moved.
It's being so low. Some places you can get the same as rent. So it's still good. It's still good. Still good market. We just have to see, what the future.
Market. Jeez.
I'm happy with what the future's going to bring. I'm excited for everyone. I'm still working. Things are, there's a lot of people still working. So hopefully, bringing all these jobs. We're working very hard to bring more jobs. So that's the key. Got to get the job.
Keeping our people employed.
Keeping them employed. That's the key.
And
employed
things moving. Absolutely. It brings people together, Awesome. Just awesome. So that's your kind of, Kari, that's your real estate perspective, and that's your city council perspective on the rail, but the real estate perspective, we like hearing that from you as well. So you're awesome. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
coming. Yeah.
All right.
Nice to
Okay.
see everybody.